G'day, welcome to another episode of Country Life on the Coast. In this episode we continue with our fencing project. So I've already put a couple of fence posts in, one in front here and one just about here, which are all the corner posts, and there's another one over in the corner over there. So we need to install fence all the way along the front boundary and then return down to here, and we'll put a gate along here and then a couple of gates along the front here where we attach to the shed. We also need to install a fence all the way down this side boundary. This is another about 80 metre long boundary, and this is where we're going to start today, down the back corner. I've already run the string line out, and so we'll go down there and start digging holes and putting posts in. Bad things have happened. Apparently you don't want to put your wheelbarrow on a slight slope. It's all fallen over. I broke my wheelbarrow. I don't know if I was trying to rush again at the end of the afternoon or what, but anyway, we'll shovel what we can into the holes and have to get another wheelbarrow. The afternoon when I was concreting and the wheelbarrow fell over. Well, this is what happened. Big crack through it. Down here as well. So I tried to get another tub and couldn't find one that had the same size and the same holes for the bolts that hold it on. So I had to buy myself another one. So we now have a nice new wheelbarrow. Hopefully this one will last a long time. We worked out that the old one lasted about 18 years before that broke, so yeah, happy with that sort of lifespan. G'day guys. Today we're continuing digging holes to install these fence posts. Got about 5 posts to install behind me there. And I started digging those a few days ago and hit some gravel. So I just want to check with a neighbour. Check with the neighbour about that, because there's a retaining wall behind it and I didn't want to create any damage to that. So, but he's given me the okay and said it'll be fine. So hopefully the Ryobi will dig through gravel. We're about to give that a go. That'll be interesting. Anyway, we'll get these done. Got all these posts installed and concreted in down the side boundary, so it's time to mark the tops of them and trim them off. And if you've seen my previous video when we did the other side, didn't quite work out as well as I'd hoped. Sort of had some poles a bit shorter than the others, and that was because I just measured using this as my height and just did it at every site, and so it followed the lay of the land. The lay of the land's not totally flat, so we had some problems. So this time, well, actually after feedback, one of the comments from my viewers suggested using a string line, and I think that's a great idea. That's exactly what we're going to do this time. So I'm going to go through first and still mark it with this initially, just put a little line there, and then run a string line and find the high points and sort of remark it from there. And hopefully, well, and this time it will look a lot better. So we will continue on. I'll go through, mark all these, run the string line out and go from there. I've run the string line out and now I've marked it on the string line level. If we have a look here, this is where the height measurement was, and this is where I'm going to cut this off so that it looks level and I don't have all these ups and downs. So again, here, that was my original mark, and that's actually where I'm going to cut it off. Whereas here, this one was actually right where I originally marked the level. So it looks, you know, you stand back and look at the string line and it looks a lot better this time. So I think we'll give this a go. We'll cut the tops off, and all going well, it'll work. So I've run the string line at the back here as well and remarked these again. You know, black line was original, red line's where the string line is now, and I knew this would be out a little bit, but some of these are a long way out. That's over 100 millimeters, 120 mil, something like that probably. And that's because down here near these trees, it just didn't want to, well, just had that height. The ground raises up. This one here, I think, is the highest. So this one and this one is actually at the black line. But because the ground is so high, it then sort of slopes away gradually that way. And from here back this way, it just gradually slopes away. So I'll have to think about it, but that's where I'll cut them, because that way the top will look right. It'll look more level and won't look up and down like it does on the other side. So a larger gap there than what I expected to see, but anyway, here's another one where it's a good 100 mil difference. Yeah, we'll have a think about that, but I think that's where we're going to leave it, and then we can cut it and install the top rail and then install the wire. We're almost there. Now that we've cut all those posts, I've gone and measured them all and got my record of them. So we'll start trimming these posts down to be the top rails. I'll use my jig that I made. You can see I made that in the first video of this series. And we'll just trim all these up. We'll use a drop saw to cut them to length, and then use a circular saw on my little jig here to notch them out. So I'll do a couple at a time, take them out the back, screw them down, make sure we're still working right, got the right lengths, and we'll start this process going. Take a little while, there's a fair few to do, but we'll get there. Time to hit the time lapse, I think. We've been working today on that top rail of the side fence here, and we've got it all done. It looks so much better than what the other side fence did. I think that run of that string line has made all the difference, so let me show you. It's just nice and smooth on the run up, sort of doesn't change directions anywhere near as much as before, so very happy with it. And then yeah, all the way down there is done. So a big shout out to my viewer that suggested using that string line. It's made all the difference for that. Very happy with it. And that's all we've got in this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time. God bless.